You don't struggle with simple decisions by accident. It starts small. What should I choose? Is this the right option? What if I pick wrong? And something that should take seconds stretches out. You go back and forth, weighing options, rethinking the same choice again and again, even when the decision doesn't really matter that much. And the frustrating part is, you know it shouldn't be this hard. But it still is. Because every choice starts to feel like it carries weight, like it says something about you. Like getting it wrong might lead to something you can't undo. So instead of deciding, you delay. You look for more information, more clarity, more certainty, hoping that at some point, the right answer will feel obvious. But it rarely does. And here's the shift. You're not struggling to decide because the choices are difficult. You're struggling because you're trying to eliminate the possibility of being wrong. You're trying to make the perfect decision, one that guarantees a good outcome. But most decisions don't work like that. They're not about certainty, they're about direction. And when you treat them like they need to be perfect, they become heavy. Because your brain starts seeing risk in every option. What if this leads to something worse? What if I regret it? What if I miss a better choice? So instead of choosing, you stay in the middle, where nothing happens. And that feels safer. But that safety comes with a cost, because not deciding is still a decision. It just keeps you where you are. There's also something deeper underneath it. Your brain is wired to avoid mistakes, to protect you from negative outcomes. And if you've had experiences where getting something wrong felt uncomfortable, that response becomes stronger. Your mind starts double-checking everything, trying to prevent that feeling from happening again. Even in situations where the stakes are low. And the more you rely on overthinking to make decisions, the more your brain learns that it's necessary. So it keeps doing it, turning even simple choices into something complex. But here's what changes things. Most decisions aren't as permanent as they feel. They can be adjusted, changed, redirected. Very few choices define everything, but your mind treats them like they do. So the shift isn't about finding the perfect answer. It's about accepting that you don't need one, that a good enough decision is often enough, because clarity usually comes after action, not before. And once you start moving, things become easier to see. So instead of waiting until you feel completely certain, you decide with the information you have. You move forward, even if there's some doubt. Because doubt doesn't mean you're making the wrong choice. It just means you're making a real one. And maybe that's the truth. You can't make simple decisions because you've been treating them like they need perfect outcomes. And once you stop expecting that, decisions start to feel lighter. Not effortless, but manageable. And enough to keep you moving.